NFL insiders seek his advice. He smack talks Jim Rome. The Fox Sports girls want his autograph. He cheap shots Indomitian Sue. He is the most interesting sports host in the world.
I don't always talk sports. Oh wait, I do. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Welcome to the Tom Greene Show. This is week 3 of the NFL season. I know it's going fast, isn't it? But it's still only week 3, so why don't we give an applause for that? Why not? I know, right? Oh yeah. So, last week I went 12-4, and I could have went 13-3, but of course the Cincinnati Bengals had to beat the Steelers. But my record is still much better than last year. Right now I'm at 23-9, and last year I was 20-12 at this point. So, why don't we get right to the picks? Thursday night game. Philadelphia against Kansas City. Chip Kelly, of course, is coaching for Philadelphia, and Andy Reid makes his return to Philly. But I know the Chiefs are 2-0, but the reason why I think Philadelphia wins this game is because I think they're mad. They're mad that they lost to the lowly San Diego Chargers. I know that was a heartbreaking loss for Philadelphia, but a good win for San Diego. So I do believe Philadelphia wins this game, and this one will be a close game, 21-20. I believe Philadelphia will kick a field goal to win it. Or no, they will score a touchdown right in the final seconds to win it. To the Sunday game, Cincinnati against Green Bay. This is another toss-up. This week was probably one of the hardest weeks I've ever picked the NFL games. This week I could go 16-0. I could even go 0-16. Who knows? But anyway, another toss-up. Cincinnati against Green Bay. I picked Cincinnati to win because of who they, and plus Andy Dalton is good at home. So 24-17, Cincinnati wins. And I do think Green Bay is going to have a little bit of a hangover from that 38-21 win over Washington. Minnesota against Cleveland. Although I kind of Freudian slipped my pick there. Minnesota does beat Cleveland because the Browns are folding. Yes, the Browns are folding. By getting rid of Trent Richardson. But they signed Willis McGahee, so not everybody is thinking. I know it. Some people thought. With that trade, but looks like it came out well in the end. So, no, you didn't, Steve Urkel. Minnesota wins this game 28-7 because Cleveland is not a great team. They're not. Minnesota will finally get that win under their belts. Dallas against St. Louis. Although the Cowboys at home, this is another one of those toss-up games, I think. Yes, I do believe St. Louis comes and wins this game. I think Legatron, Greg Zuerlein will kick a field goal at the end to win it 17-14. Washington against Detroit. Last year I held faithful to the Lions until about week 11. This year I'm gonna lose faith in them week 3, but I'm still gonna root for him. Of course, I picked RG3 to get his first win of the season this week, 24-14 at home. Tennessee against San Diego. Tennessee, I think, is for real this year, especially after beating Pittsburgh. No, they're not the only 10 I see, but, you know, they will win. Yes, I just made a pickup line excuse there. So, Tennessee wins this game 28-24. And Tennessee is not the only. Jeez. And of course, Tennessee is not the only 10 I see. New England against Tampa Bay, that one's not really going to be much of a game, I guess. New England will win that game 35-14, not one of the toss-up games. New Orleans against Arizona, New Orleans gets the win because Drew Brees is phenomenal at home, 28-3. Carolina against the Giants, another toss-up game. Although the Giants are 0-2, I do think the Giants hit their first win of the season at Carolina. I don't like Cam Newton. I don't think he's a great quarterback. Giants win 17-7. Baltimore at Houston, another toss-up game. Houston wins this game because of J.J. Watt. 21-17. Miami against Atlanta, that one, it'll be a good rivalry, but not much of an actual ball game. Atlanta wins that game 24-7. Jets against Buffalo, another toss-up game. Although the Jets are terrible, I do think the Jets win this game 14-3, a low-scoring game. The defenses will be good, but just not the offenses. San Francisco against Indianapolis Colts. This one is another toss-up game. Now we're at the 4 o'clock games. Although Andrew Luck goes to see his former coach at Stanford, Jim Harbaugh, I do think San Francisco gets this win in a shootout. The most points I predicted in one game this season, 42-35. Seattle against Jacksonville. Jacksonville clearly is the worst team in the NFL. With Tebow, maybe Cleveland's the worst team, but Jacksonville is terrible. They will lose at least 12 this season. Seattle wins this and they win big, at least 35-3. For the night games, Pittsburgh against Chicago. The last toss-up of this week, that's about 9 toss-ups. Pittsburgh will win that game 27-24 at home. I think Pittsburgh finally gets their first win. I don't think the Bears are for real just yet, although Mark Trestman is a good head coach. Proved that in Montreal. Hopefully he proves it here in the NFL, but not against Detroit. Monday night game, Denver against Oakland. That won't be much of a game, especially at home for Denver. Peyton Manning throws for 3 touchdowns. Denver wins 28-7. That is my picks for this week. Right, as of right now, I'm 23-9. So, we will see you next week. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Your support is much appreciated. Thank you. See you next week.